Today, I want to talk a little bit more about stolen inheritance and the butterfly effect. Now, a lot of you really don't understand how messing with someone's inheritance, stealing their destiny, and altering it, and getting away of God's purpose for their lives, how it can really affect someone and have this detrimental effect on their lives, how it can really alter the outcome and the events that happen to them. And see, I was watching a movie a long time ago. This movie came out with Ashton Kutcher called The Butterfly Effect, and it was showing how, I guess, these different events in these children's lives as they grew up, this boy and girl knew each other, and it was showing how these different events that happened in their lives and how it played the outcome of how their lives turned out. And so every time the guy would go back in a different, in his past and try to do something different than he did, to see how life would change, and their lives were impacted based off the decisions he made and how different events changed. And it would pretty much like cause the direction of their lives to change based off of things he had done. And so the Lord was showing me, how, when I first came out with my books, I came out with my books back in 2011. After I had come back to God, I come back to God around 2009 and 10, and he took me through this huge transformation I underwent through in 2010. And I was supposed to have a ministry for young women. I had lost weight, wrote a women's fitness book, and was ministering to young women. And then this woman intervened in my life and hijacked my destiny, did sorcery on me and stole everything and blocked my destiny and what was supposed to happen in my life. And as a result of that, I never got to where I was supposed to be. I never met the people I was supposed to meet. I've never had the opportunities that I was supposed to have because this woman had intervened in my destiny. And as a result, it kind of shaped the life that I had as a result of that. I, instead of having what God wanted me to have and the path that he wanted me to take, I ended up living in poverty and bondage. And something happened where God had me move to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, and we ended up being attacked down there, spiritual attacks once again, and we had to move back home. It had gotten so bad, I had to move back home with my mother. And I ended up sending my children to the school in Richmond Heights, where my son was antagonized. He was attacked spiritually, mistreated, and we had no money due to things that happened. It changed our outcome. It changed how I was set up. And as a result, my children ended up getting taken out of this home. Children and Family Services came into my home due to a lot of events that happened. Now, had I not had been in this situation, if I had been able to live out the destiny God had for me, we would have never been in that place. We would have never been in Richmond Heights. My children would have never been in that school. And as a result, my children would have never been placed in foster care. So yeah, the woman who stole from me, she can talk about, how her son turned out so well and he's living a good life. He can work, he can drive a car, he can have, he can do well in school and play sports, all these things that I wanted for my children. But as a result of her stealing my life and taking over things that happened in my life, stealing my destiny, my children, my son now is in, a rehabilitation center, a group home. He's been in group homes and juvenile detention centers at no fault of his own. He was stripped away from his house at 13 years old, taken out of his home, and put from group home to group home in different foster care systems, facing abuse and trauma. My daughter is in foster care right now. This would have never happened to my children if this person hadn't stolen our destiny.